I'm worried. Hello everyone, my name is Maria Belouz and I would like to share with you today about my experience with Vipassana. Vipassana is a 10 days meditation, fully 10 days, like around 10 hours you meditate, you're not allowed to talk, use your phone, touch each other and just have your own schedule, and that's it basically. I wasn't very scary about that, but I was nervous because I didn't know how I'm gonna stand. So I prepared, I talked to the people, I saw some podcasts, but nobody actually told the deep stuff about what is going on there. So I didn't have anything in my mind, like any expression what exactly going there on Vipassana. So this video I want to present you each day by day, my experience, my feelings, my thoughts, how everything was going there, and inspire you to do that or not. I don't force you to do it and I don't promote this. I want to share just my personal experience. I want to share my feelings from different angles and perspective for you to understand what exactly it is. So first of all, it's really hard. So you can see my YouTube video about cold water. My experience with cold water really helped me to actually achieve that. Because 10 days without talking, interrupting with people, just being with yourself, with your mind, it's really hard. So you actually really need like some preparation. You need to know how your sitting position. You need to know some things about yourself to be able really go through all these 10 days. Usually people quit on the second day or on the 6 days. Okay, let's begin. My first day was fine. And I understood that when you calm, it's hard to feel this calmness. I felt heaviness. I felt not comfortable with this calmness. And I started thinking and realizing why that. During all days, I thought a lot. Even you meditate, sometimes thoughts comes to you and you just thinking, you want just, get rid of it, you want to let it go. But it's really deep practice for you to sit and be able to be with yourself, to understand yourself better. So it's about calm. All people is a flock. They repeat they repeat for each other. They really like one person, for example, did some mistake and another people repeating, or you break a rule and people started to repeat. So it's all like one following each other. On the second day, I already get a dream that I'm using phone. The third day, I was feeling in a way that this is a prison. Why? Because it's very limited space. You have just some small space to walk. You're actually not allowed to walk much. So you need to do circles in one place, and it was very limited. So I felt myself, oh my God, like I'm in a prison, like I'm not allowed to go anywhere, to talk with anyone, just eat 2 times per day. And it's really felt hard to be in this environment. I also got some excitements, like what's gonna happen next. Also, on the third day, I understood that I had color on my nails and I decided to scratch it and make some spirals, some pictures, and count the days. So I was watching on my nails and I was counting the days, like day per day, what is going to happen, how it is. It was so hard. I even now remember when I scratched 2 fingers and I was like, oh my God, 8 days, it's like so long. I didn't think to quit, but I was having the feelings, oh my God, it's gonna to be hard. And actually, all this experience, it's worth it. It's worth to go, and even you feel hard, but from my experience with people and talking with people, your biggest transformation, your biggest understanding, excitement, your biggest, the core and purpose of life, going through the hard moments, going through some pain, going through some, changings and some really intense emotions. So it was intense. Oh my God, it was very intense. Fourth day, it was also a lot of dreams. Started raining, people starting sneezing and cough, and during meditation, so I really need to concentrate on myself and saying myself, I'm gonna to be healthy. If I will be sick, it's okay. If I'm not gonna be sick, it's also okay. Everything, you know, accept, breathe, and be ready. Anything happen. So it was big challenge actually. On the fifth day, also I had a lot of dreams. Actually, in this day, it was for me very excitement day, because I talked to the teacher. I asked question if I can move to the wall, because I didn't find my own position to meditate. And if you have some question, you can ask manager to speak with the teacher, to ask question and really prepared for something you need. Normally they have like some rules on the paper, so going anywhere you can see these rules, but no one tell you directly like what you should do, what you shouldn't do, everything you read. So they didn't say anything about posture. I was just observing people how they sitting, changing these pillows, you know, a lot of pillows everywhere, but I didn't find my position. So I asked if I can sit close to the wall, because there was a strong determination meditation without move, and I was really afraid not to be able to sit. Our first day for me was the most harder, because we were sitting 2 hours with instruction about Vipassana, and sitting 2 hours without like much movement, it was really hard. This was the hardest moment in Vipassana for me. So on the first day they changed me. I was really happy, and I actually felt this peace. Fifth day and 6 days, I felt this peace, and I understood why people meditate. I really deeply understood how calm it is just to sit, to meditate and feel that you are safe. We all looking for this safety place. We all looking for this calm moment with ourselves. And this is what about the Vipassana, to be calm with ourselves, to be calm with anything happen, and actually not reaction. You breathing, you absorb all feelings, and you not react. The purpose, the technique of that meditation, not to react for anything that happened. And it's a big challenge, but also big benefits. It's worth it. It was the longest days in my life, but it was worth it. This day I decided to avoid breakfast, because actually breakfast was the same every time. There was one meal muesli, some milk, rice milk, normal milk, some fruits, jam. It was all the same, and it was like I don't like to eat the same breakfast. So 2 days I avoided a breakfast, and if you breakfast at 6:30, so you can sleep. I was sleeping. And meditation started at 4:30. Normally I was meditated 1 hour and come back to sleep. In other part of different Vipassana, some people are checking you and not allowed you to sleep, because in the morning you need to meditate 2 hours, and some people check on you, some people not. In India, one girl told me it was really hard for her because they was knocking and they was asking to meditate. On the 7 days, I was working with my anxiety, with my worrying, with my rush, because I really like to rush, and people, they was very slow. The meditation was very slow and like light, with this voice, start again. It was very slow. And I wanted, like, it already was 7 days, so I was already like rushing, like, oh my god, when it's need to finish, when it's like, okay. So I was like a little bit anxious and worried and anger. I found some stone, I did some exercise, and through this exercise I was letting this anger go away from my body. On the 7 days also, it was a day that I drank 2 cups of tea, and I wanted to toilet. And during the strong determination, you're not allowed to leave, but it was very hard actually to hold, not go. On the 8 days, I decided not to wake up at 4:30. I decided to sleep because it was already 2 days and I didn't want that. So I just didn't wake up, but I had a breakfast after at 6:30. On the 9 days, I was crying a lot. It was almost last day and I felt like kind of attachment to this place. Normally when I visit place and if I like something a lot, I had some few moments that I really like, and I was missing this feeling. I was missing like nice experience, and I was crying to let it go, this attachment. So it was hard for me, like I had a lot of emotions in that day. On the 10th day, people started to talk, and Spanish people, they really talkative and emotional. Actually, the whole Vipassana was on 2 languages, Spanish and English. This course, like each evening, we had some audio, Goenka, like the recording audio that you're listening, and you can choose your language. I choose Russian, and all the evenings I was listening on Russian language. So on the 10th days, people started talking, and it was a lot of heaviness, a lot of, like headache, and it was kind of hard for me to deal with it, but in the same time, it was interesting to know experience of others. So we talked with some girls. I really liked the conversation, and I was already happy that, okay, soon, like tomorrow, I will leave. So it was really like excitement to actually be able to just go. In the same time, I was worrying like, oh my God, how is gonna be in the real world? Like, how is gonna happen? And now I'm in the real world. It was 3 of September. I exit, and today is 18th of September. So it's around 10 days past. I already feel much better. The effect still with me, so this deep peace and meditation and actually sensitivity that I grow and improve is really with me. So you cannot say that nothing will stay with you. So the benefits and the whole experience really worth to try and to live it, and I think everyone should live it because it's a basic of the basics to live in this world, to understand yourself, your limits, your rules. Because I talked with 2 women who done it, and they say that it's more male practice, because female more movement, more like natural flow, and here it's a schedule, it's like rules, it's limitation, and it's really hard to follow and be in this limit place. So I was really struggling, but now I really feel this freedom. Like 3rd day I was really crying when I exit. There was 5 people. We were traveling together on a car, and we really talked afterwards. It was so deep talking. We were really enjoying. We went for ocean, and the ocean in Barcelona that day was really wavy, a lot of waves and highways. It was so beautiful, and it was actually this freedom. I was looking on my nails, I was looking around, like I can move, I can go. It was so beautiful and so cool that I even cannot describe in words how it felt for real for me to feel this freedom. I went for Zouk in the 1st day just to feel this touching, to touch people, to be close. I'm so touching person that need hugs and need this, care and love. That for me was hard. Like it felt actually kind of cold without hugging and like touching. And I understood that they not used to touch even in normal, in normal day. And it felt for me a little bit distance, like if you're not able to touch and share your, share your feelings, like how you supposed to have this connection, like really deep connection to the soul, to the all levels of understanding. Like I still thinking about that, because for me touching is really important. I will share what I like and what I didn't like. I like the rain. There was a 2 days rain, because in the beginning it was warm, and after it started to be cold and refreshing, and I was crying. There was rain. It was so synchronized. There was a gong. The people was beating on a gong, and on the last day I asked manager if I can actually ring on the bell, And she told me yes, and I was super happy. It was amazing. I really liked the silence. It was first time for me when no one was talking, and I felt so much peace with that, because you could understand each other even without talking. If you really, with your peace and your, so much easier for me was without talking. I like it that I was counting days by the nails. You forget everything. You're in this limited space and your mind started to become, thinking less, and you worry less. You really become with peace with yourself. And everyone, like if you're walking and someone walking fast, come here, like everyone polite and kind and friendly. It was really warm atmosphere. What I didn't like is food. A lady from India told me that their food in India was really limited and not tasty. We had really kind of different food, so I understood that it was okay. Even I didn't like, but we haven't supposed to like the food. It was boring, of course, for my mind. It was a lot of anger, anxiety, and like rushing to do things, because I used to do things, but here it's like you don't need to do anything. I was cleaning, washing clothes every day. I was brushing my teeth 3 times per day after each eating. I was spending some time and sitting. I really hate the sitting part. For me it was the most harder part from everything. And the good part is that I had the figush tree there. It wasn't allowed to eat it, but I didn't have any choice. I was sometimes hungry, I was sometimes emotional, I needed to eat something, so I was grabbing the figush fruits from there, and actually it was really made me happy. I really felt like, oh my god, so good. What I felt like uncomfortable is like walking around the circle, is that eating every breakfast the same. I was sleeping on the 2nd floor, and the girl a little bit was snoring, and sharing the space like with 18 girls, women, it wasn't like the best, but it shouldn't be best, experience in that place. Sitting was hard. When we were sitting in meditation, a lot of people was, cracking the shoulder, the bones, and it was a lot of noise of the cracking. It was the longest time I was drinking the rice milk like every day. Most top thing that I understood in Vipassana. So why people really want to meditate? That people is really this flock that copy each other and follow each other, and that if you have limited space, your mind started to become limited. So that is my purpose of traveling, because when you travel, your mind never get these limits. Your mind always explore, always thinking, making ideas, creating, and of course you need to come back to yourself and peace, but also absorb others. It's very, 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 very cool. Funny moments is when you needed to make these circles. So there were circles for the woman and circles for the man, and it was funny to observe like another man somewhere there walking around, and to imagine like when some people, strangers walking after the gates, how they see us, like women just walking, and you put your head down because you're not allowed to look on each other. And it was just funny to imagine like how people just perceive all this space. In the meditation hall, this was strong determination meditation. You wouldn't allow to go, but some people was just staying and go. So manager was always like coming up and following them. It was funny. A lot of this sneezing and cracking. Sometimes some people was laughing and other people was laughing, and it's not supposed, like you're not supposed to laugh or make any noise in the meditation hall. The woman was really emotional, and she was like always in the toilet when we go in the toilet, and she was really, like and talking. It was very fun, very, very fun. I also like at the moment when each time because you're not allowed to talk. You can just ring a bell and everyone know that it's 6:30 or like time for meditation, time to eat. So it was really fun when the manager was hitting the bell. The old people started like tick 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 tick, go to eat, tick tick tick, go to meditation, tick tick tick. It's like, you know, like in a school, in university, like tick 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 tick, time to eat. It was funny. I'm grateful for this experience. I'm grateful for you watching this video. I hope you understand the principles and reasons why I did it. I was curious. I wanted new experience. I thought that I'm ready already for this. I wanted some changes. I wanted really deeply feel myself. So I'm on my way to feeling myself, feeling other people, combine each knowledge with each other, and be happy. And you know, everything will pass. Even if you are in pain now, this will pass. Everything will pass. Even this life will pass. But until we have time to enjoy and make experience happen, let's do that. Wish you best day, best time. Please follow me, subscribe me, and let some comments, question, whatever. I'm really open to answer to you, and I will continue making video about my experience. Thank you. Ta 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 ta.